Hey, how's it going? Lewis here. In this video, I am preparing a Scriabin prelude for a small performance at school and also a recital next month. And I just wanted to record this process of me putting this together and how I troubleshoot the little issues that I run to when preparing this music. Um, when you play and when you practice and when we practice, and it goes for any instrument, um, we got to kind of adopt the doctor-patient kind of relationship. You got to um, figure out what's going on, diagnose your issue here, and then figure out some kind of treatment, and then also follow that treatment and actually follow through. So that way you can put this music together and not only the doctor patient, you got to be patient with yourself and patient with the music. The slower that you go, the faster it comes together. It's kind of weird like that, but at least that's what my experience has been. And so what I wanted to share with you was me playing, and then when I run into an issue, how I go about um, kind of deconstructing the issue and figuring out how to solve it. And it's usually with small little incremental adjustments and then combining them and to see if those little adjustments have worked out the issue and the music begins to flow a little bit more easily. And this is a prelude, Scriabin prelude. It's four preludes, Op.48, No.2, and it's a beautiful piece, and it's very slow, and it's played with like a silky light touch, and that part I really haven't worked out yet dynamically, but I'm gonna give it my best shot here. But I wanted to play it, and then when I hit an issue, go through that process and what I'm thinking about as I go through it. So maybe it can help you out. Ah, so that's the first issue. I wasn't supposed to play this E until when I play this F sharp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up a little bit from that part, and I'm going to start at the beginning of measure 5. You can look if you want to look this up. I think I can um, share this on my site. I think it's public domain. Anyways, I'm going to start at the beginning of measure 5 and go through. Maybe I'll move through it without that mistake, but even so, I want to move through it a couple more times to be sure that maybe that mistake wasn't just a fluke, but it wasn't a fluke because it happened because I made the mistake. So that's what I'm gonna do here. So starting at beginning of measure 5, and I'm gonna go through it again. seems like it's kind of worked out. Um, so what I'm going to do is start from there and push forward to see how much more of this I can get under my fingers. So that's actually kind of as far as I've gotten in the piece. So what I'm going to do is back up again, and I'm really going to slow it down because this transition from uh, this part, like I kind of made it happen, but it still feels sketchy. So I want to rep it out. Basically, we got to get our reps in and just do this endlessly over and over repetitiously, but most importantly, do it correctly repetitiously over and over. So I'm going to start back again at measure 5, so that way that those the pieces or the sections that I have down somewhat well, I want to continue from there and continue to solidify those parts, so I just by just by repetition it just solidifies them even more. And so again, from beginning of measure 5. Ah, I missed that again. Hmm? A little fingering issue there. I need to pay attention to this 3, 3, 4, 5. Ah, I missed it again. So if you look at the beamed eighth notes at the end of measure 5, it's a little tricky with the timing of the left and the right hand. Um, and so I'm gonna work this out. I'm gonna try and figure this out, like in real time, and show you how I'm doing it. So from here, I'm just gonna keep starting over at measure 5. So in just the left hand, I'm gonna go through the whole of measure 5 in just the left hand, because that the hands haven't come together yet. So that means one of my hands aren't equal. So I need to get the left hand, because there's a quick transition there from the 16th note to the next measure, that next eighth note that comes together here. So beginning of measure 5 again, just the left hand. Oh, wrong fingering. What am I doing? Yeah. So I'm gonna work on that 1/16th note, and then kind of work outwards, forward in the section, and then backwards as well. When I say backwards, I'm gonna start a little bit more before that 16th note. And I'm kind of just adding a little bit more of the left hand, just because I know what those notes are, and also it's repetition, repetition, repetition. So um, let's see if doing this in the left hand has helped the issue. Let's check it out. It kind of helped it out, but it doesn't feel solid. Like, I can feel that it doesn't feel solid. I kind of was like, oh, I got it. That's not good enough. We got to make sure that it's solid, that we can play it over and over, confidently. And so again, from the top of measure 5, this is the last time I'm gonna go through this, but it's to show you the kind of like how I'm troubleshooting this particular piece, this particular part, this issue, kind of what's going through my head, and so that way you can self-diagnose as you go along and challenge yourself with challenging music. So let's see. That was not the right time. One more time, let's try it. Ah. So it looks like I still got work to do in that transition. And so for the sake of brevity, I want to keep the video too long. Just wanted to show you, how I come at issues. And uh, the first thing is usually fingering. You want to make sure you find the most efficient fingering, so that way your transitions are a little bit easier. Sometimes it's, especially like Scriabin stuff, it's some wonky stuff, and the fingering it's wonky regardless, and there's really nothing you can do about it. But getting the fingering right first and making sure you're playing the right notes first is probably the very first thing you should do. And then comes the rhythm, and it's piece by piece. Don't rush the process, because if you try and rush the process, then you're going to build on a shaky foundation, and then it's eventually you're going to fall apart. And it happens. It happens to me when I try and rush stuff, because I just want to play it because the music's like so exciting and everything. So I hope this helps, just seeing what I do real time, figuring it out, my expressions and all that stuff, trying to figure out this music. Because the more you play this music, the more it plays you, the more you practice it, the more it practices you. And the more you learn it, the more the music learns you. You're developing a relationship, and you're literally hardwiring your brain and your body to produce these beautiful frequencies that will they will have effect on you, and they reshape your conscious it reshapes us at very deep levels. And so that's why music is so powerful. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I don't know if I'm gonna have another one of me performing this. I don't know if they're gonna record stuff, but anyways, I just wanted to share this with you, and hopefully it helps you out. And so if you have any questions or anything like that, just let me know, and I hope that this helps you in your practicing, and I hope you have fun practicing your music. Have a wonderful day.